evening, everyone, and hello to WDW Opinion Live. Thank you so very much for tuning in. My name is Conor Brown, and I am a lifelong Walt Disney World fan who's been to the parks for nearly the last 20 years. I'm also a former cast member, so I know what it takes to make the magic. My passion is simple. It's to help you have the best possible Disney vacation by planning for and daydreaming about that next trip. I do that by sharing my Disney expertise on my blog, podcast, these Facebook live streams, and more. I'm the founder of WDW Opinion, so head over to WDWopinion.com to see what we're all about. Again, thank you so very much for being here today. Looks like we got our tried and true, our friend Austin is joining us. Hello from Orlando, Austin. Hope you're doing well. As always, if this is your first time joining us today live, please let us know where you're watching from in the comments section, and keep continuing to engage with people in the comments section there. That's what helps grow the WDW Opinion community. Like people's comments, react to their comments, comment on their comments. It's all fun in the chat there. If you are watching on the replay, whether it be on YouTube or later on Facebook, consider joining us live here every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on Facebook Live. That's facebook.com/WDW Opinion Live. Each week we go over the weekly Disney World news. We share some content from WDW Opinion. And we just kind of chat and see what our thoughts and opinions are about all of that. Let's get into our first news story this week. It's that FastPass Plus reservations to be canceled upon resort cancellation. So you might have heard this headline, it might have caught your eye this week. It said Disney canceling FastPass Plus reservations starting February 4th. Now, what that might seem like is they're canceling it for everyone. It's pretty much just a clickbait of a headline. What it really means is they're canceling FastPass Plus reservations for those people who have canceled their resort reservation. This has been a loophole almost ever since my Disney experience and FastPass Plus has been around. What you're able to do is, because once you book a Disney World vacation at a Disney-owned resort, you can book FastPass Plus 60 days in advance, versus the people staying off property can only book 30 days in advance. Well, some people would book reserve a room, get their FastPass Plus 60 days in advance, and then they would cancel a few days or a few weeks before their trip, get their money back, but they would still be able to have those FastPass Plus reservations. Now, anyone who canceled 30 days before their arrival, those FastPasses were always canceled, no matter what, ever since this started. But people who canceled after that 30 days, so anywhere from 30 days to like 1 day before they arrived, if they canceled in that time frame, they were able to keep their FastPass Plus reservations. The reason that's important is because 60 days out, you're almost guaranteed to get everything you want. You have better likelihood of getting everything you want versus the people who are booking them 30 days in advance. But you pay that premium. You pay that premium to do that by staying on Disney property, paying those higher resort fees, things like that. But that's one of the benefits Disney was giving people. Now, this is a big deal because if you book through third-party sites like Priceline, like Hotwire, whatever it is, that was always this kind of way. You could book it through them 60 days out, get those fast passes, cancel, and then go somewhere else. You could do it on Disney's website as well. But it was always a loophole that maybe people didn't know they were exploiting. Probably a lot of people did know they were exploiting, but it was definitely deterring from people getting those fast passes 30 days out or what have you. This is great because what it's going to do is it's going to open up more options for those annual pass holders, those locals, those people staying off property. So they're going to have a stronger likelihood of booking, higher grade things that they want 30 days out because there's going to be a greater likelihood. So basically what this is as soon as you cancel your Disney World hotel reservation, all FastPass Plus associated with that reservation is canceled right then and there. So it's like a one action thing. Cancel your resort reservation, you cancel that FastPass Plus reservation as well. I think this is great because hopefully it does open up more spots. Only time will tell. I can only assume that this was a small percentage of people who were using this or exploiting this or not knowing that they were exploiting it. But even if they, let's say they booked 60 days in advance, canceled their hotel reservation outright, but never showed up because they had an emergency or something like that, those fast passes are still out of the system, so they can't be rebooked. If they did cancel for an emergency and those fast passes get canceled, they immediately go back into the pool for other people to choose from. So I think that's going to be a great benefit. Hopefully, we'll see if it actually pans out that way. So stay tuned for that. All right, there's great potential there. Story number 2 this week is that the Patriots, my Patriots, I'm a Patriots fan, they won the Super Bowl on Sunday, their 6th Super Bowl, and they celebrated by, of course, going to Disney World. So the Super Bowl MVP wide receiver Julian Edelman was there, and this was a very interesting component. Tom Brady also went. Typically, it's only one player, or if they have an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP, they'll both go. The last 2 times before, when the Patriots beat the Seahawks, they went to Disneyland. Julian Edelman was there. Malcolm Butler was there. But this is great because these 2 guys are kind of the 2 big figureheads of the New England Patriots. Tom Brady, of course, quarterback, has been there for 18 years. Julian Edelman has been there for a very long time as well. Both really true leaders of the team. It was cool to see them because they're also seem to be very, very good friends off the field. You saw them joking around. Here in this image, they are, getting a sneak preview of Galaxy's Edge. I think they just went backstage. You saw some Instagram videos of them going on Slinky Dog Dash. And they're typically in the parade. What they do in the parade is they sit in a car that's driven down Main Street. Well, I think Disney was anticipating a lot of Patriots fans coming. A lot of people from Massachusetts might have, retired down there, might have moved down there, might have been down there just for that time being. New England's a big area, a lot of states. And because of that, the crowds were insane at this parade. There's a lot of great footage over at DisneyParksBlog.com you can check out. And they actually give them their own float. So they're standing on top of the float. Brady and Edelman each grabbed a microphone. They said stuff to the fans. I think this was great because it was different than what you typically see on, the day after the Super Bowl at Walt Disney World. Typically, it's just the MVP waving around, and then they're on an airplane and getting out of there. These guys hung around. They went on some rides. They interacted with the crowd. They got to experience Disney World in that short amount of time. But 2 of my favorite things: the New England Patriots and Walt Disney World. I just had to share that, of course. Story number 3 this week is that Beaches and Cream is going to close for refurb for 3 months. Beaches and Cream is the wildly popular restaurant at the Yacht and Beach Club over at Disney's Epcot Resort area. I used to work at the Yacht and Beach Club in the front desk, and I was always pointing people in the Beaches and Cream direction. Immensely popular place to eat, mainly for their ice cream, for their kitchen sink, which is a scoop of every single ice cream, an entire can of whipped cream, cherries, like a pound of brownies, cookies, and it comes, of course, in the kitchen sink, everything and the kitchen sink. If you finish it, I think you get it for free. I can't remember what the challenge is, but there's sirens that go off whenever anyone orders them. Now, for as popular as this place is, it's really only about 20 seats or so, maybe 30 seats. They do have a walk-up counter where you can get ice cream to go. I think it's one of those things where their fare is burgers, sandwiches, kind of basic stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. What it really is about is, I think, exclusivity, meaning because there's so few seats, it seems like it's so hard to get a reservation. And it is, but that doesn't always mean it's the best place to eat. I think this place has that big appeal. It's very well themed inside. It's cool to eat there. A lot of people go out of their way. It's almost like an Ohana, a Be Our Guest kind of place where we have to get that, we have to get that, we have to get that. At the end of the day, it's just a cheeseburger, but it has a huge appeal. They'll be closing at the end of August, so kind of towards the end of summer, once that summer rush dies down. There's going to be a temporary ice cream location kind of more towards the lobby, which is great. And their ice cream is, okay. I mean, there's plenty of other options around there, especially with Ample Hills just across the lake over at Boardwalk. That's some good quality ice cream. Everything in the World Showcase is pretty awesome as well. So hopefully when this place opens back up closer to 2020, this will have more seating. It might get a little bit of a refresh. It's cool theming inside. It can always use a little refresh just to spruce it up a little. Hopefully they add in some more tables. The arcade next door is also going to be closed during this. There's a lot of room there. I don't think they'll take away the arcade. They might bump into it a little bit, but only time will tell. So do you guys like Beaches and Cream? Is this a place you have to go to, or is this you can skip? For me, I think it's a skip. You don't have to go here every time. It's kind of like you can pop in, pop out every once in a while. But we'll see if it becomes bigger, if the menu changes, if the appeal changes come 2020. But keep that in mind. If you have like a fall vacation and you want to go here, Beaches and Cream will be under refurb. Let's get into some WDW opinion content this week on the blog. We have a blog post called How to Score 999,999 Points on Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, also known as How to Max Out Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. This blog post has been taking off. You guys have really seemed to like it and enjoy it. You're looking for those little cheats, those little tips. These are the tips and tactics I've used for the last 6 years to max out almost every single time I ride. I saw a commenter say, don't always abide by this. Disney can change it. I've never seen Disney change it like this for the last 6 years. They probably have the capability, but these are tried and true, tested tactics to help you get 999,999 points, become the galactic hero. Cool part about being a galactic hero is if you do max out on Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, when you get off, go over to the photo pass area, tell the cast member you maxed out that you're a galactic hero. You'll get a nice little sticker that you'll be able to wear proudly that says, I'm a galactic hero, for the rest of your stay at Magic Kingdom. It used to be pins, then, budget cuts and stuff like that. People started getting really good at it, probably like me, who would watch it all the time. So that's probably the reason they changed to stickers. I talk about a lot of simple things here, like always keeping your thumb on the trigger. That will get you points every 4 or 5 shots rather than taking it off and pulling it on. Hold it down, keep it going. You'll accumulate points that way. One of the main things I talk about is when you get in the car, you be the captain. You grab that joystick and you determine which ways you're going to spin and stuff. That'll mean the world. And then also get eyes on your laser. The way to do this is in the first room, shoot all the way at the back of the room until you have your laser, until you pinpoint exactly where it is, and then move it to a target. Reason being is I've been with plenty of people who have been shooting but realized, oh wait, that's not my laser, it's someone else's laser. I've been shooting into no man's land the entire time. If you get eyes on your laser immediately and from the get-go, you'll be able to better maneuver it, better zone in on those targets as well. I give a lot of great tips about what targets to hit, what are the big targets that will get you hundreds of thousands of points. So be sure to read that. Head over to WDWopinion.com and you can read the blog post there. Have you guys ever got 999,000 before? If so, let me know in the comments. Austin has seen me get, max out a couple of times. I am a hashtag galactic hero. Hopefully, Austin, he'll get it next time we ride it, coming up soon here. All right, let's move on to another piece of WDW opinion content, our podcast. Each week, we give a weekly podcast where me and my co-host, Hank Molsky, talk about Disney World news. We share some funny segments. We kind of break down a specific topic, whether it's a resort review, a dining review, how to do this kind of topic, how to maximize your fast passes. Those are some past episodes we've done. This episode, episode 28, is our review of Sanaa. Sanaa is one of our favorite restaurants on all of Walt Disney World property. Sanaa is at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. It's out of the way for sure, but I think it's so worth it. It isn't in the main Animal Kingdom. And main Animal Kingdom, you can say, is Jambo House. That's that grand, big lobby. Kidani Village is just a bit further away. That's exclusively Disney Vacation Club units. It's a little more quieter, a little more intimate. I think there's a better savanna there. It's kind of a straight shot. and it's a lot of fun to go over there and explore, just like it is to explore at Jumbo House. Austin, you're getting some love from Jeff Molsky. Hey, if anyone's looking for some great mid-century modern furniture, check out, what is it, Mid-Century Modern Restoration? Jeff, is that it? Check them out on Facebook, on Instagram as well. They got some awesome furniture there. So where was I? If you're in Kandani Village, it's a great place to kind of relax, a mellow vibe. You can see the animals, but Sanaa is really the selling point. You've probably seen it before. That bread service is awesome. It's the appetizer. You get 5 different naan-style bread, which is kind of like a pita, a little more fluffier. You get 9 accompaniments, which is like here's where you can find Mid-Century Modern as well, at Mid-Century Modern Rescue. So check them out on social media. So Sanaa has that great appeal, but it really goes beyond the bread service. You always hear about the bread service at Sanaa, but it's about all the other food, the customer service there, the great service, the decorations, the set. It's absolutely awesome. I love Sanaa just as much as I love Kandani Village. So do you guys like it? Is this someplace you have to go? Have you ever been there before? Would you ever consider going? We always struggled, Hank and I would always struggle, like, do we really want to send people out this way? Like, you got to get there by taking this bus, and then you might not be able to get a bus if you're staying at a resort. You have to get a cab, and it's the other Sanaa, and it's the other Animal Kingdom, you go downstairs. But every time we've told someone to do that, every time we sent them there, they've come back and said, Sanaa is incredible. We're so glad you made us go there. Austin loves going with the group as well. We've kind of made it a tradition in our group. Every time we go, we like to get at Sanaa for at least lunch, at least one time. Lunch is great there. So yeah, I mean, Sanaa, I think it's a hidden gem. It's one of these places where it's off the beaten path. It's a crowd pleaser. It's going to open up your palate to new tastes and experiences, but it's also it's refined. It's not full in your face, Indian, full in your face African. It's very subtle in those flavors, but it's still very bold, very unique. Something you're not going to experience anywhere else, not just in Disney World, but maybe even in, the world itself. I love that. Plus, anytime you can eat and you look outside and there's a giraffe right there, it's pretty special as well. That podcast, we also cover some latest news. We have a funny middle segment in there that we really appreciate. We think you'll really enjoy. It's all in good fun. So head over to wdwopinion.com/episode 2828 to check out that podcast. If you do listen to podcasts, please rate and review us on Google Play, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts. It'll help others find the show, and we want to grow this community. That's going to help in that regard. I also have a call to you, a call to action. Couple weeks from now, we want to do a listener question show. So send in your listener questions. We'll answer them on the show. I'll email you once I get the questions so that you get an answer right up front, but then we'll answer it in a future episode. So send any questions about Disney World, about Disney trips, about the Disney company as a whole, whether it's the movies, whether it's the shows. If you want to learn more about me, more about Hank, more about WDW Opinion, send your questions to Conor, that's CONOR, at WDWopinion.com. And who knows, you might even end up on a future episode of the podcast. Everyone, thanks again so much for tuning in here tonight. If you are on the replay, like I said before, come back every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Join us in real time, where we can talk in real time, talk about the latest Disney World news. Head over to wdwopinion.com to check out our latest content as well. Jeff, it was great to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you go over to wdwopinion.com, also sign up for our weekly email newsletter so you'll stay on top of all the content we got going. If you sign up now, we'll throw in a free Disney World trip planning checklist. That's going to do it for me this week, everyone. Thanks again so very much for tuning in. I hope you have a great, incredible week. And until next time, I'll see you real soon.